First of all, yeah, the experience has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed it. We've got a good group of guys in our dressing room. Support staff is great as well. Lots of experience. It's tough. It's a very tough competition. It takes a lot to win a game of cricket. There are a lot of good teams that you come up against. So the results can go either way. So it's quite a stressful competition. But in saying that, I think that we've to get to the playoffs is a good achievement. Obviously disappointing about tonight's result, but I thought that we fought right the way to the end. With regards to our bowlers, I think you've got to look at it from a different perspective. I think if you have a look at the totals that were scored at Wankiti and chased down, sometimes you can look at the figures and you can say our bowlers were going for a lot of runs. And yes, there were certain departments or certain games where I think that we could have bowled a little bit better. We've got quite an inexperienced bowling lineup. But we had some good chats, and I thought we improved as the competition went along. But to look at it, just because we went for over 200, we also chased a lot of scores over 200. So anyone who comes to Wankiti will know that it is very much a batting-friendly pitch and ground. So I feel sorry for the bowlers at times. Going for scores over 200 can dent your confidence a bit, which it probably did to a couple of our bowlers. But yeah, I mean, we were chasing scores down of 200 plus. So I think you've just got to look at it in quite a different context. Yeah, you can look at Booms as well. Booms not being available, Joff not being available for the whole series. I mean, yeah, they're quality players. And if you're losing out on your quality players, then yes, it's going to leave a hole. Not to say that and put any blame on anyone, anything like that. Those things happen in sport. Injuries happen in sports, and you've got to deal with them. I thought that the guys that we brought in, they did their best in a situation where they probably weren't selected up front, so they brought into the competition. Probably maybe a little bit out of season for them, but yeah, to lose two players like that it was difficult, but we gave up our best, and there's no that's basically it. We gave up our best, and we weren't good enough. Simple as that. Rohit's a quality player. What I do think is that he led from the front with regards to driving a sort of a way that we wanted to play. I think our batting this season was fantastic. We went out at the beginning of the season and we looked at a couple of stats and felt that we could improve in certain phases of the game. And the captain is the best person to go out there and try to drive that vision as well. So, if you have a look at how we did in the power plays compared to last season, from 7 to 10, we really upped the scoring rates, and I think we played a good positive brand of cricket, which will stand us in good stead for the future, because I think the guys will take a lot of confidence from that. Unfortunately, T20 game is tough at times, and we were outplayed today. I thought Gill played a fantastic innings, and unfortunately we just couldn't execute on the night, which happens in T20 cricket. We went through a group of guys. There's a lot of things that you've got to weigh up. Who's been playing cricket at that particular time? We needed someone to come in and really put his hand up to play straight away. So yeah, I mean, we've got people who look at those sort of things, and we chose him. And as I said, coming into Wankiti, it's going to be tough to bowl there. The scores have shown that as well. And yeah, I think Chris, although he's maybe taken a bit of tap in his beginning overs, I think there's certain games that we found that we probably weren't bowling as well at the death as we should have, and we basically got him to try and fill that hole for us, and then Akash came through as well, so it got better towards the back end of the tournament. So yeah, you can look and go ifs and buts, and this guy, that guy, we just weren't good enough as a unit in today's game. Yeah, look, 233 I thought was a bit high, to be fair. Probably 25 to 30 runs maybe, too much. Yeah, it was a little bit unsettling because we weren't quite sure how Ishan was going to go. Nahal, we knew that he could do the job opening the batting. In the practice games that we played, he actually opened the batting and he played fairly aggressively, which we really needed someone to go out and play that way tonight. It didn't come up for us, but yeah, T20 cricket, you've got to adapt to the conditions. And today we were thrown a bit of a curveball, unsettled us a bit. We lost Nahal early. I think Greeny was the one that also unsettled us a bit. Got a blow to the arm. He came off, and thankfully he was able to go back out and bat for us and put us in a decent position up until sort of the 15th over. Unfortunately, we just lost too many wickets, and I think that was our downfall from the batting perspective tonight. As I said, probably 25 to 30 runs too many, but we gave it a good go. I think up until the 15th over, if one of our batters that were in there had batted right to the end, it might have been a lot closer than the end result. We want continuity in the team. I feel for Dewald. He hasn't played a game, but there are a lot of other international cricketers who have been sitting on the sideline as well. Dewald is young. He's going to have plenty of opportunities. We went with continuity within the side. There was no reason to try and change a team that has just won 2 back-to-back games under pressure. So, no, I don't think it was the right call to make. I think I've answered your question, sir. As I said, we won the last 2 of the last 3 games under pressure. So why would you want to change the winning formula? Sorry. Yeah, definitely. I think we found a sort of template to chase these high scores. I feel there's probably 2 or 3 times in the competition where we had been chasing, and we probably had a couple of overs to spare that we could have really pushed hard to push for a total of 230. As I said, maybe we lost a couple of wickets early on that didn't get us off to a great start, but our batters still went about it. They played a good brand of cricket. They were nice and aggressive. They showed a lot of intent throughout the innings up until maybe, as I said, the 15th over, where we lost 2 wickets in 1 over, which really just killed the game for us. But yeah, I'm proud of the way that they went out. We could have gone out there and lost those couple of wickets and just thrown in the towel. It shows good signs for the future of how the guys are playing and the belief in the change room and the intent that they're showing, especially with the bat. I think the batting, to answer your first question, Nahal's been a great find, Tilak has been a great find as well, and they've had some influential innings throughout the season as well. So, our batting looks very strong at the moment, on paper and also in form-wise as well, and the guys are starting to understand their sort of roles within the team. So, very happy with the batting. As I said in the bowling, you lose 2 of your stars in the bowling lineup. It's going to create a couple of holes, and we try to fix it up as best as possible. Hopefully the guys can get over their injuries. If they can't, then we might have to look other places. And there's so many things that we can talk about now. For me to start opening up a can of worms now would be stupid. I think it's time to just sit back, reflect a bit, take the emotion out of it, and make some good, sound cricketing decisions once everything's calmed down and once we understand the future of certain individuals and where they are from a fitness perspective.